Alright, so give it another try here. Yeah, I put this on here so it doesn't slide off the table. Oh, gotta put a battery in it. Foist. And I'll try it both ways. I'll try it in here, and I'll try it in the outlet also. Alright. I want to try something else too. Technically, this is supposed to kill the battery when this is plugged in. Yep, there it goes. Light goes out. Alright, so that's working. Alright, turn this off. Clean. Alright, so it's not working still. Make sure nothing's touching here. And there's my tone knob. So I checked what things were coming off of the tone knob, and it is that one green, whatever that is, carbon composition resistor there. I don't know, maybe it is the chip. Oh, and then I tried to check my diodes with a meter, but I don't know, those are tiny clipping diodes, and they are directional. But I tried it, and it gave me a reading both ways, but I don't know if that's because they're on the card. I think it's because they're on the card. I think they have to be off of the card in order to tell if they're dioding or not, you know, like if it's only allowing flow in one direction. Because they're on the card, it's give me a reading in both directions, so I don't think that counts. I could be wrong about that, but that's what's happening with the diodes, because I'm not going to unsolder them and take them off the card yet. Yeah, it could be the chip. There was one other person from this same company who had left a review saying he had gotten a bad chip with one of his you know what it sounds like? It sounds like the Super Fuzz. I had a Super Fuzz that Ed had in his attic, and that's what and he gave it to me. I traded it at Steve's Music for some other stuff that I wanted, but that's what the Super Fuzz sounds like. And now if I roll the tone up. Alright. I might clean these legs again and make sure the socket's making good connection on this chip. But that's what's happened when I roll the tone up. So I'm going to investigate this tone knob. I did look at all my wiring. My wiring looks very, very good. Well, they say that's how the fuzz was invented. It was something wrong with the board when someone was recording it and said, hey, leave that, I like it. Well, this is a distortion, not a fuzz. So I know it's not supposed to sound like that. So I gotta figure out, and even if it was a fuzz, it would only be good if it sounded like that, if it was saturated and grossly, you know, biased to one direction or the other. But yeah, and I think my diodes will not be dioding whilst they're on the card when I go to read it with the meter. You know, I get a reading both ways. And I remember I tested diodes on another thing that the diodes were not bad on, and the same thing happens. When it's on the card, I get a reading both ways. Well, and that was without the battery hooked up to it. So they have to be off the card to do the, you know, the one direction thing. So I'm gonna take a look at it again, a little closer, and I'm gonna clean the legs of the pot. I'm gonna use a little emery cloth to clean the legs of the what do you call that there, chip. And it's not seating very, very tight because one of the legs is a little fat. I'm gonna hit that with a little file, you know, and of course blow off the dust and clean it again, just so it sits in there a little flatter. But I don't think that's it. But you know, one thing at a time to troubleshoot, right? So all that on the card is taken care of. Everything was checked with a continuity meter. It's all working as it should. I didn't look at the circuit, but I mean, I didn't make the circuit card either. I suppose I could try to follow the circuit, but I think it's a component issue. So I'm gonna check my wiring though too. Make sure all my wiring's right. I'm gonna go over the whole thing as if I was rebuilding the pedal from the beginning and check every component value and everything. Just visually making sure it's correct. So, all right, that's that. Yeah, it sounds kind of interesting for a quick recording, but it's not supposed to sound like that. Then the other weird thing is I come in here and my guitar's got something splattered all over the neck. What feels weird, I don't know, it's possible I did it. And then the tuning was very high. Maybe I did that, or maybe one of my friends, like when I let my friend hold my guitar in that video. Maybe someone, I don't think he did though, but maybe somebody else tuned my guitar up very tight. I don't know. Usually I have them tuned very low. Well, it's possible I tuned it up for something. Maybe I was like, oh, this is too low for this. But I don't know. A lot of weird things go on. People were bragging that they were in my apartment. They were bragging that they were in my house. So that's possible. So here it is. Boom, boom, boom. Do I have a light on this thing? Yes. Ooh, look at that. Ooh. The only component, where's my screwdriver? The only component that's hidden is, boom, boom, boom. Right there, there's a resistor. Otherwise, all the components are visual. You can see everything there. There's the diodes. They give me a reading in each direction. And I don't know a lot. I glue things very well. Yeah, there it is, Landtone. They go by 4 different names: Protaltone, or Protaitone, Protaltone, Prolandtone, T-Tone, and AliExpress. But they all sound good. All the effects sound good. See, there's the other ones over there. See? And that one was the first one I built. And then the one that came out like this one that was wired severely good. And it sounded actually a little better, a little brighter. I gave to my friend. I gave that to him. Hopefully he's enjoying it. He knows some electronics, so I think he was probably excited, like how neat of a job I did. Hopefully it stays working. Yeah, so these give me a reading in both directions. I'm better off zooming in probably. They give me a reading in both directions. See, they're correctly directional. There's that different resistor, but that doesn't look that old. That looks new, man. But I tested it. I read it. Those I can read on the card with the meter, and that read at 1.5, I think. Which, if I was to look underneath there, or look at my sheet. I got a sheet. Hold on a second. Let me go get the sheet. That's what I do. Put it so you can enjoy. It back out. And I'll go grab the sheet. See it where you can see all of the stars, all of the components. All right, let's see here. Where's my sheet? Oops, that's not good. so see what I got here is I got a bag that has all the directions of the electronics lessons that I've taken. I save all the directions, so. All right, hold on, let me get it out of there. And we'll look at the sheet together. We'll look at this sheet. Let's see what kind of sheet we got here. And here sheet is. All right, put this sheet here. Oh, wait a minute. All right, so, uh-oh, throwing things all over the place here. All right, so what was I looking at here? I was looking at that one there, and it's second one in 1.5, and it was reading 1.4. So that's coming off of diagonally off of the tone pot. So that's reading correct. Yeah, let's see here. Anything looks suspicious? I wonder. Let me bring this out so you can see. All right, the direction on that is up. Direction on that is up. Yeah, these are common, and these are, I think these are older stock, these ones, and this chip also. But that looks kind of new. Well, it's just different. Maybe it's different color for a different reason. I don't know. Maybe it was a more select for this circuit, or just something they picked. I don't know. This guy looked a little old. I was worried about him. Yeah, but oh no, this one. It was this one and this one. They're not old, but this chip, the legs were definitely oxidized. I think I solved that. Yeah, it's a motor. It looks like it's a Motorola chip. I can't see it too well. But I don't know. I got to figure out what's going on there. And it's nothing on the back of the card. Oh yeah, and the direction of these is down, up. And if I go over here, I got down, up. Well, technically, if these weren't dioding and the electricity was passing in both directions, then that is what would happen. It would clip and then allow the electricity to flow back and clip even worse. You know, maybe that it, but I know when I tested, and they don't look bad. Here, I'll zoom in on them. I mean, they look very good condition, and I didn't overheat them. But yeah, there is writing on them. I can't see it. Trying to get it to focus. Come on, focus. Focus. Can't read it. I have a jeweler's glass, but yeah, I wrote that value here because there was nothing written on the card for it. This came in here. It's possible this was in the wrong direction. That's possible. Let's look here on the card. Where is he? Second one in from the side. He's not even on the diagram. That's weird, right? That's weird. Wait a minute. Where's my pen? And what's it called? The 50 what? 54, 58. I'll put a 54, 58 with a question mark there. Perhaps it's in the wrong direction, but it was already inserted in the card, but it's not here on the blueprint. That's a weirdo. Let's take a look at the circuit, shall we? Let's. Well, it's a three-legger, so look for the three-legger, three-legged race here, and that is boom, 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 right here. Now, if this thing was reversed, I suppose that could be happening. Well, it's definitely part of the circuit. You can clearly see that. Where's it going? It's going over to that electrolytic capacitor. And the center leg is going over to, I don't know, I can't see well in here. The diodes, maybe? One of the diodes? Am I looking at the wrong spot here? Oh, I'm shaking all over the place. Sorry. Am I even in the right spot? Yeah. I think these are the diodes right here. So it's not going to the diodes. It's going to... Yay. It's going over to that electrolytic capacitor, the other leg of that electrolytic capacitor. So, and then this is going over here to the second leg, or however you want to figure that, the seventh leg or the second leg of the chip. I don't know, it's possible that's not in the right direction. That could be it right there. Turn that bad boy around. Well, I don't want to just turn it around and assume. I mean, that came in the card with the legs bent. They put it in that way. You can see it's not written on the card. That's what it is. It's a 2N54.8 and F B1J or BJ1 2N54.58. That's what this is. And it did not, you know, as you can see, does not show anything on the card. And oddly enough, because it didn't look, does not show anything on the direction sheet, but obviously is a part of the circuit. So maybe the direction of that is wrong. I'll have to, hey, if someone knows, please tell me. Is the direction of that wrong? Because I don't, what happens if you turn a transistor around in the wrong direction? Does everything blow up? Or, because I don't want that to happen. Or I'll gladly turn it around if that's the issue. That could be him. Maybe not, though, because they put it in there and they bent the legs. Like, that's how it goes. Boom, boom, boom. That's the piece. Doesn't show it on the sheet. There it is. And this is old, too. I believe this is old, too. I don't know. I just assume everything's old because I'm so young. There it is, right? There, focus. Give me light. There it is. Now you can see him. Wait a minute, focus again. There, well, you had it. Focus. F. FB. Why won't you focus? F. J1B, B1J, I can't see it. 2N54.58. And it's a slanted F. That must be like the brand name or something. A slanted, like a cursive or script F. Cursive F, whatever, italicized. Alright, so, wow, that's interesting that it's not even on the blueprint. Is there any notation about it? Let's see. Diodes IC. Nope. It would be under IC because the transistor is considered an integrated circuit. Nope, it's not even on the list. So I'm going to put a notation on this list. N54.58 question mark. Alright, so now I gotta figure out what's going on there. That's possible that's in the wrong direction, but I don't want to just flip it around. If anybody knows what they're talking about besides me, because I don't. I know how to glue things very well. I do a nice job. Please tell me what to do. I could write myself a letter to tell me what to do. I love my cousins. Alright. Yeah, they don't love me very much, I know. Well, That's because they were abused when they were children. Tantalum. That's not tantalum. Oh, it's so tantalizingly yellow. Let's call him tantalum. Yeah, what does it say on here? Distortion 1. That's the name. There it is right there. Nope, Distortion 2, this one is. Distortion 1 I made. It works fine. That's the one with the 2 light bulbs. The LEDs, light emitting diodes. That one works good. Which technically these are also, except they don't emit light. Same difference. Also diodes. Unidirectional. Uni? Is that the word? Uni? Greek. Alright, so there you go.